Okay, we're back now. Have a finished product, more or less finished. We gotta get a little bit of furniture and just a few tiny decorative things to do, like posters on the wall and so forth. But other than that, the system is complete. So I just want to talk about a few things. Number one, this projector, the Optima GT750, is extremely bright. I think it's rated at 3000 lumens, which is quite bright when you compare it to other projectors. Whenever there is a whitish or mostly white image being projected, it's blinding. Which means in the pitch dark, the colors are fantastic, and even when it's washed out with daylight, it's still very visible. So well done, Optima. This particular model also has a feature where you can convert 3D to 2D. And you say, well, why on earth would you want to do that? Well, if you're like me and you jump the gun and rent a 3D movie before your 3D glasses have arrived because you were expecting them to arrive and they took longer than they should have, then your movie is due back before your glasses come. So what do? Well, you go to the remote, and this unit, you can choose to view either just the left eye image or the right eye image. So it lets you watch a 3D movie in 2D, which we did for Hotel Transylvania, which worked really well. We watched the movie. It was a very cute movie, and it looked fantastic. One other issue I had was, for those of you who don't have a 3D receiver, like I do, or like I don't, my receiver is not 3D, I ran into a little bit of a problem when I connected the PlayStation to my receiver, and then from the receiver to the projector, trying to play a 3D movie. The movie recognized that I didn't have a 3D receiver, so it wouldn't play. So what I had to do was run HDMI from the PlayStation directly to the projector, and apparently the older PlayStation 3s, I think the 320 gig and older, have an optical audio out. I am told that the more recent versions don't have the optical, or might not have the optical. So what I was able to do was run my optical cable from the PlayStation to my receiver. So the PlayStation is splitting, basically. The video signal is going directly to the projector, and the audio signal is going to the receiver. And therefore I can listen to 5.1 while watching a 3D movie. Otherwise, I would have had to do some patchwork and would have only been able to have the audio in stereo. So that was an easy fix. I had the optical cable kicking around anyway, so it didn't cost me anything, so that was perfect. Again, I think I want to mention the Mustang mount that I used to mount it to the ceiling was awesome. It was relatively cheap. It's solid metal. It swivels in every direction. It was relatively easy to put up. It's really, really solid. Worth the money. Okay, I'll show you the finished product now. So we chose this Respite is the name of the color. It's just kind of a sky blue, which is very warm and welcoming. Well, it's cool and welcoming. So there's my AV center. I just bought a cheap $24 shelf unit at Walmart. So I put all my equipment on there. There's the projector with the orange caution thing there. Basically, my head doesn't quite clear below the projector, so I put that there so I wouldn't smack myself into it. We do have a very low ceiling here. It's about it's less than 7 feet, so about 6 feet 9, something like that. So I do have an issue of I could bang my head on the projector. Well, I'm not worried about my head, I'm worried about the projector. So that's the reason for the orange tape. So you can see some surround speakers there. Now we do have a window right next to the screen, so you get, during the day, you get a little bit of washout. But there's the screen, and it's very, very large. Center channel. I've tucked all the wires away for the most part. And over here is the other front speaker. The LED lighting is not showing up quite well, but I will post a picture of the LED lighting. So the paint we used for the screen, I'm sure there's other ones that'll work, but this one is a Sherwin-Williams. It's the Pro Classic Extra White Satin Finish. It's actually door and trim paint. We used the drywall primer underneath and then did 2 coats of the paint, and so far everybody that's come over here, before I told them that I painted it, they actually think it's a screen. They're surprised when I tell them that I just painted it. And I used velveteen to wrap 1x4 wood frame all the way around, and it looks really, really, really sharp. The other cool feature of the projector is that it does have a headphone jack, so you can plug your headphones right into it. That was quite convenient. And just a note, this camera that I'm using is a very cheap Fuji camera. It does shoot in HD, but it's like an $80 camera, so the quality is probably not as good as you know, some of the other cameras. So bear that in mind when you're viewing these images.
Room of the tallest tower for her true love and her true love's first kiss. Like that's ever gonna happen. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. The years start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed two rules and I hit the ground running. Fine days are over. There's 20 pieces of silver for the win. Next. Get up. Come on. Sit down there.
This picnic is so small.
I'll never be stubborn again. I can change. Please give me another chance.
Oh,
Earth, birthplace of the human worlds, have met before.